All right, hard yarners. Welcome to this week's episode. Before we get into our guest and what we talked about, this week we are covered by alltradescover.com.au. As you can see behind our guest over there, Sarah Callaghan. The insurance company that covers most trades.
Yep. If you're a sole trader and you need insurance for your tools, insurance public indemnity, if you're doing an Edinburgh Fringe show and there's 90 empty seats and you need to put out a hazard warning, they've covered you. It's all good. Alltradescover.com.au.
If you're Delby doing some stuff around the house and you hurt yourself, which is pretty standard.
Legit.
They can cover you. They're bloody awesome. John, he's a past guest and a fucking absolute legend. So get around him, alltradescover.com.au. Beautiful. This episode's also brought to you by Raunchy Brewing Co. The beer that's actually good.
It's actually good. They're going to have their staff party with us, which we talk about at the end of the episode.
Yeah, sick.
So we're going to have all the staff there. So that means, boys, a couple of the raunchy girls.
That's always
which
good.
are just staff that work for the beer company.
Raunchy beer. They also have the stout. I like the Sir Henry stout. And you like the...
Heavy diesel.
Heavy diesel, eh?
6.5% because I'm hardcore cunt.
Yeah.
But no, it's just easier to get drunk quicker.
Very nice. But today we were joined by Sarah Callaghan.
Are you the chick from Growing Pains?
I am, yeah.
Oh, my God. I thought I recognised you. So good.
Perfect. It's an awesome episode. Thanks for coming on. What do we chat about today? Do you remember? Can you rack your brain?
We talk about TV, poetry, drum and bass.
Hell yeah. Trifecta.
Mental health.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, what else do we talk about? Your dick.
My dick.
Delby's dick.
My year 10 dick.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
little year 9 dick.
His little raps and his little dicks.
My little dick. And ant colonies.
And
Ant colonies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
This episode,
yes. Yeah,
this
yeah.
episode is called Ant and Dick.
And dick.
Ant and Dick. And we're allowed to talk about ant and dick. Unlike Ant and Dick, as
See,
we'll
that's a
find
loophole
out.
that we've discovered.
We've done the loophole.
Yeah. Classic.
Nice.
It was a very fun episode. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, man.
Let's get hard.
Let's get home.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host.
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
We were out of the Night of Galaxy and we thought there was going to be some fights kicking off. So we stole the fork off the fruit platter that they had.
What?
Yeah. And I was like...
In London?
No, here in Perth. But he's from London. He was visiting.
Oh, my God.
So he was like, he thought it was
pulled
going
up.
to kick off. But it was like a fucking little bitch, like
Knife.
Fruit fork, bro. A fork for the fruit platters. So I had to say, if there's any beef tonight, that's the only thing you'll need a fork for is actual beef on your plate. But then I said, that's the first time I've heard of a bunch of blokes going to Galaxy and having a fucking fruit platter.
Well, that's everything.
Instead of a Coke platter.
Every time I've been overseas, the only people going in fights are Aussies or Brits.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brits, Sarah Callaghan is here.
Yeah.
Cruising. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Seeing you, we met the other night at the Comedy Shack. Wanneroo. MC did really well.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, you're the MC?
Yes.
Sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good room, hey? Well,
Oh, yeah. It was wicked.
room in air brackets, but like always a good vibe.
Yeah. I was surprised. It looked like a wedding venue.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I think it is as well.
Oh, right.
It genuinely is.
Yeah. Did you get the best intro of all time before you went up?
Oh, you're
What's that?
not shaming Dragon, are you?
Did Dragan did he get the crowd pumped and use all of his skills of introducing the MC or?
in a word, no.
Yeah, it's a fucking sick room, but yeah, those intros are a bit. You go up to dead silence and there's no fucking.
Yeah.
It's quiet, but.
No, I was nervous, but yeah, they were good. It was a good night. Right?
Do you prefer MCing or
I hate MCing. I hate it. But I think a lot of promoters are asking if I would do it because I'm a girl and I'm from London and stuff, so it makes the night a little bit different. So
Yeah.
It's a different skill set, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's why I'm accepting a lot more now because I'm trying to just push myself.
Yeah.
Take the challenge on in it because it's a good skill to have and it's it's good money. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the crowd work stuff you were doing was really good as well. Like getting in, but I think that English accent as well is endearing.
Yeah.
Like it hooks them in straight away. It is that point of difference as well.
You could say something, and I could say the exact same thing, and it's 10 times funnier coming from you.
Whereas if we went to the States, maybe,
you get that away ground advantage.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Opposite of footy.
Well, it's the same as you guys. Like when you come to England, kill. Like, oh my god, so slick.
Yeah,
like the jokes are so tight, and people just love you, lot. Especially like Edinburgh Fringe and stuff. You always do well. All the Aussies.
Well, Delby did two now.
Yeah. The first one was fucking very humbling. I was living with Legacy and like doing all Legacy shows. But then like coming on after Legacy's just done pure crowd work, no material. Yeah. So he says.
Fucking set up.
But yeah, it was a good lesson and just fucking getting to the point. Hurry shit up.
I don't know if this is the way you're meant to do crowd work, but the way I've started to try and to do it is have my jokes that I'm already going to do that I know go okay, locked and loaded, and then just do the crowd work around. Is that simple? Is as simple as it is?
You've just solved comedy, bro.
Yes.
That's Kyle's secret.
Yeah. So as long as you would know, I've only 2 years? Fuck, not even that into comedy. So I'm still learning. Delby's.
Still learning, bro.
You're still learning, yeah. He's a bit more
just when you think
than
you're
me.
good, you shit.
Yeah.
Just when you think you're good.
Yeah, true, yeah.
You're like, actually, fuck. You
Humbling.
see someone else jump on and you're like, I'm so fucking far away from that. It's not even funny.
Well, you've been saying that sort of stuff I've seen on your socials lately, just like you're always learning and, it kicks you when you're down sometimes, but you're just getting better and better. I love that sort of attitude. So, did you start over in London or where did you start doing?
Yeah, I started in London 13 years ago. And, I think it's...
What are you, like 26?
32.
Right. Okay.
I know.
So you started when you're 19?
Yeah, 18.
That's
19,
good.
yeah.
That's fucking, it's pretty rare, right? To start that young.
Yeah.
For a lot of comics.
It wasn't something that I wanted to do really. I just sort of fell into it and then a bit like, I like it because you always do learn and you can always get better. Like I've gigged with like big TV names and they still get nervous and they're still trying to tweak the jokes and learn stuff. And I think I like that aspect of it for sure.
Yeah. And sometimes you gig with the big TV names and you see them do stand up and you're like, how are you so big?
Yeah.
You fucking
love
suck.
it. I love it when they die as well. I get on and like, let a professional take over.
Do you think that's their weakness? Is the fact that they're maybe big on TV, so they just...
And you don't have time.
Yeah.
And you don't have time. You don't put in the hours and the reps. It's like they're doing TV things or like big things and they're not in the grind.
Fair point.
But they're doing better than us.
I
saw you were, what was the clip that you shared when you were on with, who was it?
Yeah, is that right? What was the TV show? It was a Rhyme, what was the, over in the UK?
Let's have a look. You just sent it to me.
Well, which one?
I love
fucking Jesus, big dogging us.
I love English
Rod
TV.
Gilbert? Was it Rod Gilbert?
Potentially.
No?
Rod Gilbert's so fucking funny. Have you watched him on Would I Lie to You? His stories on Would I Lie to You are like...
he's great.
Fucking unreal, hey. Comedy Central, you are with... Yeah, Rod Gilbert.
Yeah, that was a fun show, man.
What was that?
So it was a show called Growing Pains.
Yeah.
And basically... 3 celebrities come on stage and talk about their childhood. So like fashion and toys and school and growing up and favourite food. So you didn't have to prepare nothing because I always get nervous for TV because you have a script and you've got to prepare. And I always find a lot of pressure to be funny.
Yeah.
And this was just literally, you knew like the questions you'd get asked, but super loose and it was a lot of fun. It was good, And then like you had to say what was your favourite food and drink, and then they gave it to you on the show. So,
really?
Yeah.
I would have been like, your caviar, lobster.
Yeah.
I had a tough upbringing. Now give me that taste and let me refresh my memory.
Yes.
What was yours?
Knickknacks.
Knickknacks.
Yeah, do you know knickknacks?
No. Sounds like a footy player that we have at West. Knickknacks.
Yeah, it's a type of crisp. Like, they're fucking...
What flavour?
They're called nice and spicy, but they're not spicy, and I don't know how to describe the flavour.
Nice.
But they're nice, yeah.
Nice without spice.
But they do them. They do barbecue, and they do like a ribs flavour as well. But it's the nice and spicy, man. If you have any other flavour, you're a dickhead.
Would it be? All right, Nick Nax. You've got your next slogan. Yeah. If you have any other flavour, you're a dickhead. That's like on Talladega Nights. If you don't chew Big Red, fuck you.
Yeah.
What was on?
So I had that, and then the sweets, I had jelly tots. Do you know jelly tots?
I think we had. Are they the little babies made from like jelly bean stuff?
So that's jelly babies. Right, so jelly tots.
It says it in the name.
So
yeah. Jelly tots are the toddler version. They've grown up.
They're like circular sweets covered in sugar.
Oh.
And they're just what you give to kids because they're like really small. And
Yeah.
I used to love them.
Are they really, really small,
Really
like
small.
little cubes?
Yeah,
bro. They're fucking good.
They are good.
They are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the drink. I think I had like iron brew or something.
Probably booze and fucking.
Pint of lager, mate.
Stella, mate. Iron brew is so good.
Yes, lovely.
When I first went over when I was 18, my family's from Middlesbrough, and I lived in Middlesbrough. I decided to go on holiday to Middlesbrough, which is horrific.
That's not the best time to
Grangetown is where my family's from. Ross Kemp was doing the top 10 worst places in England to live, and Grangetown was number 3.
Fucking Ross Kemp.
Wow.
And I was there on holiday. So, I went there and I'd never had iron brew, never heard of it before. And then we were doing vodka and iron brew. I was like, this is the fucking most delicious shit
Really?
ever. Yeah. But then, like, as I got older, it became too sweet, but it's still got a really nice, like a really nice flavour. And they've got it over here now.
Yeah.
Like, so
Is
it the
Have
same?
you heard of iron brew?
I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
It's a Scottish
Iron brew.
like soft drink basically. But yeah, everyone has it back home. It's well nice.
Is it the same here as it is there?
I haven't tried one here yet, actually,
Right.
so I don't know. I'm gonna have to experiment.
Yeah, because it's always different when you come over here. Like, I notably,
Yeah, the cocaine here is meth.
yeah, the what is it? The Guinness. I noticed the most.
Oh,
is
okay.
just, that is
It
clear
takes so
difference.
long to get here.
No, they brew it somewhere else.
Oh.
Right. I think it's like
Well,
brewed.
so they do Guinness brewing
Yeah, it's
there and then a different brewery here.
yeah. They do it's some random spot like Japan or something. It's not in Ireland. So I guess over in the UK, shipping it over and all that.
So you would be a 90s. Well, you're 4 years younger than us, so you would have grown up roughly the same time.
Thanks for telling everyone our age.
Like 90s ish.
Yeah, 91.
As kids coming up. So did they say what your favourite toy was when you were a kid growing up?
Yeah, so it's like toys.
Or like fad?
And,
I said fad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all like the slushy machines
Oh, yeah?
and like Barbies, obviously. And
Yeah.
like were huge. And I can't remember. Hot Wheels.
Yeah, they were
Hot
good.
Wheels, Scare Electrics as well,
Yeah.
which was sort of on the back end of the 80s, but still I remember playing it and that.
Mine kept breaking all the time, my scale
Yeah, it was shit. It would just like go off.
And then fuck off,
Yeah.
Yeah, we just couldn't defeat physics. It's
Yeah.
fucked. Yeah, literally.
It's hard to beat that, isn't it?
I know.
Physics.
It's the rules of gravity and inertia.
Yeah.
Because I fucking froth 90. Like, I write quizzes as well because comedy's
Oh, it's a
going
good
well.
decade, man.
Yeah.
90s
Fucking oath it
quizzes are
was, man.
sick.
It was really good.
So good. Did you ever have the creepy crawly factory where you put in like it was a liquid and it would go through and heat up and become like a plastic and you could make all different. It was called like Fear Farm or something, or Fear Factory. You ever had that?
Nah.
What was your favourite toy as a kid?
Oh,
Mum still
No,
down?
Mum still no, the fucking what were those? It's so shit. Yeah, those little
Tarzos.
Nah, well, yeah, and Oddbods.
I loved Oddbods. Did you get? Oh, you wouldn't have got them over
What's
there.
that?
Oddbods.
So Oddbods were cards that we got in crisps, chip packets,
Very good.
and if you rubbed them, that like some of them were hot. They were called hot cards. Where if you rub the dark section, it would reveal a picture underneath. So
Yeah.
like it might be like a
You
picture
get
of
a
Stranger
good-
Things, and you rub Stranger Things, and like the monster would be behind it.
Yeah,
So-
and you get a good bit of money now if you still had some of
I
that.
fucking got the full set, and I don't know where it is.
But then, what if you
What?
So if you rub some would have nothing behind.
Yeah, so you would know
Okay.
it's hot because it had like and it was good because it was exciting. You get your chip pack and you're like, got a hot one. It says hot on it in a little
okay.
corner.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool.
Who was the
Doc Fever was the
Doc Fever?
Yeah.
And was there like some nerdy?
Yeah, there's heaps. There's I only learnt as an adult. There was a guy, and the image was like this gross guy, like with bad breath, and his name was halitosis. And then as I got older, I was like, oh, halitosis means bad breath. So it's all like sort of play on words.
So, but my favourite toy was what's the ones where you put them in the water and it's just
orphans. No.
Just put them in the water and they become like, it's bacteria or fucking...
Oh, sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys.
Yeah.
Sea monkeys.
Man.
Yeah.
Fuck,
And they like, you think they're going to turn into this fucking... You're like, I used to watch the TV show. I know what they're going to become. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. They're just bacteria or whatever.
That was from, I think there was a scientist trying... I think there's a backstory where he was trying to create a toy. And
really?
His kid was like watching one of his things.
Yeah. I can't remember, but I just remember it being so much more of a letdown than what you're anticipating.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're just fucking, it's literally just dirty water.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, hey kids, let's play with,
that's
with
exactly
dirty
what
water.
It is. What's, what was
having an ant farm was pretty cool. Did you ever have an
fucking
ant farm? Do you have ants in England?
Yeah. That sounds
here.
like quite a nerdy thing, though. Ant farm.
Yeah, but
the ant
only
farms were
because
good.
they would like when they would create their colony.
You see it through the glass.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like, I've got a pet because my parents don't love me.
I had this maze, like with a tiny little ball in it.
Yeah.
Fucking like, and it was complicated, and you had to just get one from one end to the other, and you just couldn't.
That was sick.
Yeah, I had one of them.
Imagine in 20 years' time, kids be like, I had this iPhone 14 where I was
Yeah, and it took fucking 2 seconds to generate. You know, and load. Yeah, but so you were on that show, which was what did you say it was called?
Growing Pains. Yeah.
That'd be good having it.
The rhyming one, or was it like almost like a freestyling rhyming or something like that? Talking. What was that?
Remember when you were doing this talking thing? Spoken word or something?
It's like a spoken word sort of thing.
Oh yeah, it was a TV show called Life and Rhymes.
Life and Rhymes.
And it was they were all like rehearsed pieces.
Yeah.
And then they had some poets on, and then you chit chat them, and then you perform, and then it was pretty sick.
Yeah.
They've nearly taken my idea.
Yeah.
I want to get Who's Rhyme as a show.
Yeah.
As an SBS show.
Yeah.
So did you learn to do that, or was that something you already did?
I've only been doing it like 4 years.
Can you freestyle?
No, I wish I could, because you do the rap thing with the comedy as well.
Yeah.
So
he does his little rap.
It's his little rap. But people always say it to me, and I'm just like, I'm not a rapper, man. Because Rob Mulholland was doing it.
Yes.
And so he was bigging it up to me, and he was going, "You have to go down there. You got to do it." But that's the one thing that I can't freestyle.
Really? But
I really wish
get
I could.
You get a pass. You get like there's no expectations when you're. So you're talking about comedians versus rappers, what Rob did.
That's it, yeah.
I won't be able to do that this year because Chris did not check mine or Mac Shane's availabilities.
For
2 days before
Fringe.
it's due, he's like, we got it at 8:30, so we can't. Me and Mac Shane aren't on comedians versus rappers this year.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
I'll take it.
Good luck finding some rappers for the show.
Yeah. Did you ever go on as a comedian or a rapper or both?
I started as comedian, but then when we realised that nobody could actually rap against us after Mac Shane and Silvertongue left, then I just had to be the rapper because there's no freestyle rappers in Perth that were good enough. Fuck, I'll just pick up my own fucking ego there.
Yeah,
but
still.
You can go on because it's like 2 lines at a time, and it's just think of a punchline, something that rhymes with it.
Yeah,
so you could do it easily. And if you can't think of something, one of your team will back you up.
Oh, okay, right.
So it would just be like if there's somebody sitting in a chair, you find information about them. Like if it's a baker, you'd be like, all right, I'm going to give you some lovin'. I definitely put a bun in your oven. And then that's it.
Yeah,
you don't have to like, fucking
Yeah.
My favourite is watching someone like Luke Joseph Ryan do it or something like that.
My
He's just
God.
and he goes up and he's all gangly. I fucking love that, man. That's the best. That is a good one.
Yeah, I think like even if you do 1 or 2, like it would be a good experience and not as scary as you think.
Yeah.
You know?
And I guess you just have to push yourself out your comfort zone, innit?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And if you fail, you just embrace it. But if you try, like the problem where the rappers go wrong, like real Perth rappers, they try to come in like hell hardcore. And when they fail, people want them to fail because they're acting so cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you
they want the underdog to succeed.
Comedians have already got like the leg up.
Yeah.
But if you just embrace it and you're like, fuck.
Yes.
Like, yeah, cool. You fucking, you understand how you come across.
100%. Yeah.
It's all character shit.
Everyone loves the underdog though.
Always.
That's in life. Everyone loves that. Even if you're the best team in sports, straight away everyone's gonna be like, nah, done. You won last year, nah. I'm going for someone else.
The under Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
What other shows have you done over in England, and how did you get there? Because that's pretty cool. Like to get onto it's mainstream and Comedy Central, right? And was that Comedy Central for pay TV in England, or was that part of like BBC? Fuck, there's like 10 BBCs, isn't there? BBC 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, no, that was like like the channel. And then I've done some stuff with ITV. I've done stuff on pretty much every channel, which has been good. But over 13 years, you know what I mean? So not enough in my opinion.
Yeah.
But no, it's been good, and a variety of different shows as well. Like,
what was your favourite?
I did a show. It was really shit, but it was like it was years ago. It got canned after the fucking second series. It was called At 11ish.
Okay.
So it was like a late night sketch show.
Cool.
Written like by comedians, and everyone would do sketches and that, and it was really good, and I loved it. I love doing like comedy acting and that, and I'd love to get back into it. But it just, I don't know, it just didn't work. There was just something about it that didn't work, and then it got canned. But that was a lot of fun. Because it was the first time I'd done a show with so much production. So like costume and wigs and location and it's everyone like just like buzzing around you, you know what I mean? It was sick, man.
Like high school drama with a budget.
Yeah.
Sick.
It was, so that was pretty cool. But that was years ago, man. I think I was like 20, 21, 22 when I did that.
Did you realise that opportunity you had at that time, or did it just, were you like, oh, this is what comedy must be? You do comedy and you get into, because did you start with stand-up and then into TV stuff?
Yeah. I was a bit naive, man, because like things, it's going to sound arrogant. They started to come to me quite easily. So I was just like, oh, this is it. And then I had a bit of like a fall from grace in like 2016, 2017.
What did you do?
I was like,
what N-word did you do?
Well, it was Australia that fucked me, man.
Was it?
No.
Did you call a woman a man? what happened?
Oh, no.
What happened?
My lawyer said I can't discuss it. Are you serious? No, I was so I got my first tour. So I did my debut show, and it got a good bit of attention. And then Century wanted to take me to Australia. So it was the first time I'd ever come to Australia. I was doing all the galas. I did TV out here. I did Sydney Opera House, and I'm like, oh my god.
What TV was it? Like the Melbourne Comedy Show?
It was
Comedy Festival.
Sydney Comedy Festival, and then I did Perth Comedy Festival as well. So I did that twice. So I was like touring, and then when I got back, I was like they always want you to tour the show that you've just done. But so that stopped the writing process for my next hour. So I wrote it in like a quarter of the time. So by the time I got to Edinburgh, it was shit, man. And they put me in a big room, and they were thinking, oh yeah, you're gonna roll on this, and it just I was like not feeling it, man. I was having like 10. It was like in 100-seater. I was having like 10 people turn up every day, and the show was just so dead. And then I lost confidence in it, so then I was performing it shit. And just every day, like to the point where it was so depressing, man. Like I would say my last line, and like I wanted to black out. So I'd like say the last line, which was a big callback. Usually it'd get like, because I did a couple previews and it went all right. And it would go blackout. It got so bad, I was so depressed that when the blackout would come, I would just burst into tears.
Oh no.
And then I would have to watch the show after me. He was a guy called Luke Kempner, who's great. He's like an impressionist, great comedian, comedy actor. But he's got quite a lot of following, and I would just see his audience all piling in, and I'm backstage just like, man, I want to kill myself.
And trying to black out.
Oh, mate, Iron brew and vodka like that. So that humbled me a lot, man.
Everyone needs that, I think.
Definitely.
Well, you don't want it. You probably don't need it, but like, it's one of those things where you've been so successful, and you've got less than a year to write another hour. And I think that's where like anyone that's super famous that gets an hour on Netflix, that's your life's work.
And they've probably had other writers helping them as well. And
then they're expected to bring out another special. It might have taken them 12 years to crack it. Like, let's say Matt Rife right now, he's got 12 years of his comedy. His special is his best.
All the gold.
All of the gold. And now he's got 1 year if they want another special, it's going to be dog shit.
It's super hard, man. And it's like I was because I love rap music, right? And some of my favorite rappers that they write an album and then like 5-6 years later, I'm like, for fuck, hurry up.
Yeah.
But it's like if you see the album and the quality of the lyrics and how the production and everything, I think it takes that amount of time.
Yeah.
You can't rush art, as poncy as that sounds. You can't rush the process.
100%.
If you want to keep doing work that's at an excellent level.
Yeah.
And because I was young, I was impressionable. I had agents in my ear. Oh, you have to do this. You have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked it, man. But it's made me a better performer because now it's like I've got no fear.
Yes.
Like, well, what are you going to do? Not laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done shows to absolute silence. I've been heckled and I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I think if I didn't have that hit so young, then maybe it'd be different now. So yeah, as horrible as it was, it's made me a stronger performer.
It's definitely like almost like giving you your armor now.
Yeah.
Where like you've done. That was my Edinburgh Fringe last year where I fucking felt so shit, man. I was like I thought I was good. And like for 3 weeks, I'm like, I fucking hate comedy, man. I suck. I'm not funny. And because I was telling myself that, I was just reiterating that. I was living that. I'm going to legacy, man. I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm like sucking. I'm bombing. He's like, bro, you're not. You know, I know I am. And I was just doing that self-talk and fucking really frustrating. But then I went back and slayed. So I was like, I needed that almost. I had this impenetrable armor. Edinburgh put a crack in it. And I was like, fuck, like it's getting bigger and bigger. And eventually I just fucking changed my mindset, came back. I know there's going to be another point where I think, but I don't think I'll feel ever as low as that.
Yeah, yeah.
So...
And that's always a good reference point then, isn't it? So when you do have a shit gig, you think, well, it wasn't that bad. I'm all right.
It's a similar sort of path, but I think you just had it much quicker and earlier, which is good. Who's your favourite rappers? Who is your...
inspiration, motivation?
Well, like, American, I would say Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
But I'm not really into American rap too much. I like all the British guys.
Yeah. Like all the grime
Grime,
shit?
Yeah. So all the BBKs like Skepta and JME and all them lot, Chip.
Yeah.
Dave, who's quite commercial now, but Frisco and I love all those guys.
You're like...
It's interesting because your stuff, to me, and I'm just a fucking commoner, but it sounds similar. It's just your accent. Sounds like the streets.
Yeah, I do get compared to Mike Skinner a lot,
Who is coming to town soon.
Yes, he is.
And I'm definitely going to watch. That's going to be fucking incredible.
Yeah.
You're from England. Do you know him?
But do you any sort of inspiration from that as well? Because it is similar style, similar feel, everything. And like there's like so good.
Oh, thanks, man.
I really like it. And I was going through listening to some of the stuff. It's like pretty powerful as well, pretty meaningful. So what's your inspiration behind all that?
Well, I started writing it. I was in a real dark place. I was in an abusive relationship, and I just started, like, I couldn't afford therapy, so writing poetry was like a really good way of getting my emotions out. And then I just started like performing it. I went to like poetry nights or whatever, and people really connected with it. So I was like, oh, sick. And it was just like a good release because obviously I'm doing comedy. And you're wearing a mask and you can't really speak like serious or deep. And then, so that was just like such a good release for me.
Yeah.
And then, people liked it and that. And then I started making music. And then as I got better and I was in a better headspace, started doing more inspirational stuff, more storytelling. And yeah, it's crazy. And now we've experimented with a lot of different genres.
Yeah.
But now I'm making predominantly like drum and bass.
Yeah.
Because I want to go down the sort of Streets vibe, but also like Faithless, because they just did an album where they collaborated with a load of poets, and it really works, man. And that's a good way to get it into the clubs.
It's a massive drum and bass scene here.
And to infiltrate young minds, you know what I mean? Because while you're dancing that, you are listening. If you're just repeating good mantras and good lyrics and stuff, it's just positive music. Even if you are peeled off your nut. Something's going to go in.
It's like Pavlov's dogs. You're associating the words with the feeling.
Exactly, And it's like, I listen to so much music now, it's all about tits and pussy and this, and I'm just like...
It's the worst, isn't it?
I just don't...
But that's just from the female artists.
Yeah.
I know. So I just want to create some good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
You don't want to talk about wet ass pussy?
No.
I love that comparison when they tried to cancel Baby It's Cold Outside.
Yeah.
Have you seen his clip?
What?
Yeah, from
that?
the, what is it, the 40s or something?
Yeah, so that song, Baby It's Cold Outside, they tried to cancel that song because
Why?
it's not, what is it? It's insinuating you need to stay so I can sleep with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Because it's saying, don't leave, I'm going to fuck you.
Yeah,
like, it's cold
okay.
outside.
Oh, right.
But at
yeah.
the same time, the number one song in America
Okay,
was also Wet
Wet
Ass
Ass
Pussy. And he does a comparison of
That's
the
hilarious.
lyrics. And they're like, you're trying to cancel this song.
Yeah.
You're trying to say no one should play it at Christmas. And that is your number one song. It's
Yeah.
a fucking good bit.
Yeah.
Real
There's
good.
a real strong drum and bass scene in Perth.
Oh, sick.
Really
I
big.
didn't know that. Yeah, wicked.
So the guy I do who's run with, Mac Shane, he's a drum and bass MC. He's MC'd for anybody that's anyone down here. And there's heaps of nights on. It's kind of like the comedy community, but a little bit bigger. So if you want to go to some, I'll flick you some ways. Yeah.
Can we pause for a second? Sorry.
Sure.
Just, sorry, I'm hell distracted from that.
Yeah, but I was like, we were starting to be happy.
Yeah. Drum and bass.
Yeah. So we're just saying that drum and bass is better with methamphetamine.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So we've just dealt with the glitch by not dealing with the glitch.
Yeah, there was a glitch. Apologies, listeners. There was a glitch, and not listeners, watchers. Watchers. You might see a couple of glitches, but
like to
I don't have time to troubleshoot, so fuck it. You deal with it.
But yeah, I was going to circle all the way back to when you
Love a circle back.
Yeah, when you started stand up. Where was it? What were you thinking? How did it go? Because I do this with all our comedy guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a pretty boring story, but I did like a comedy course. So
What a loser!
I didn't want to be a comedian, innit? I was just doing it for a crack, a bit of fun, you know what I mean? And at the end,
So you're 18?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the end, they do a showcase. So that was my first gig, but it went good because it was all like friends and family and stuff. So it was just like whatever. I wasn't going to continue because I'm like, fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
But the teacher, the guy that was teaching, he said, here's like a list of open mics if you ever want to to continue it. So I sat on it for about 6 months and then I was like, okay, like why not? So I booked one in and I did my set, which went well in the showcase. To complete silence. And I'm thinking, like, I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And afterwards, I realised, like, it was just like a room full of Spanish exchange students. And, like, none of them spoke English in it. So, and I used to speak like even faster than I do now back then. Yeah. And I was like really animated and stuff. Like people used to think I was a character comedian.
Yeah.
So
this is just me, man.
Yeah, I know. Fucking mad.
Yeah.
So it was shit basically.
Yeah.
But I continued. I carried on for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. Why?
Kept doing gigs and gigs.
Because you're like, oh, they didn't understand me. I am funny.
It wasn't
I'm
even
going to
that.
do one.
I don't know. I don't know why. I do not know why I continue doing it.
Yeah.
Because I've never enjoyed comedy. I fucking hate. I hate
watching
stand-up.
it or
Watching it, do it. Like actually, I like being on stage, but like I hate the process. I hate writing jokes. I hate trying new jokes. I hate. Yeah. I don't know why I do it.
Do you mean
there's something inside me that's just I like performing. I like being on stage. You know what I mean, and creating stuff. But yeah, I don't.
So
know.
for all those people out there that want to start doing stand up, don't because it's
fucking
shit.
horrible. It's horrible, man. People judging you all the time. Like,
it genuinely is like a little. It is to a point.
it's a mental illness. People wanting to put yourself through that every night on stage.
Yeah, a lot of comics have mental illness.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But when it goes well, obviously it's the best feeling in the world. So I think that's why you're always chasing that.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed making people laugh. And I need that. I don't know what it is inside me, but like I need them to laugh at me. You know, like even when we did drama at school, it was like, let's fucking get these people to laugh.
I don't remember doing drama with you at school.
I do. We wrote a play. It was fucking awesome.
Me and you?
Yeah, bro.
Are you sure you're not Carl Genovese?
Nah, it was Carl. I think Carl was in it. Me, you, Carl. It was year 9, I'm sure.
Oh, maybe.
And it was about a guy who had a boner and it couldn't, and he was fucking stuff, obviously, because year 9. And he dies, and at the end, we were like, you can still hear his name if you hear it, if you listen to the wind. And it was like, swing, 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 swing.
Oh, my God.
Because we made the swing, I think it was from Wayne's World or something.
Okay.
When you got a boner.
I don't remember that at all.
It's one of my favourite plays, man.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I remember.
I played an Italian called like something Bono Rello or something.
I remember writing a drama play in like year 12 with Carl Genovese.
Yeah.
And it was, I played a character named Herschel Larkin.
Nice.
My name is Herschel Larkin.
Herschel Larkin.
Herschel Larkin.
Right,
and
Where are you from, my bro?
I'll take you through my childhood and my traumas.
All right. Growing pains. I think I've seen that shit, my bro.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah.
I remember it getting a fucking round of applause. It was, thank you very much. It's very good.
Nice.
But I don't remember that one. I'm sorry,
That's
Delby.
fine, bro. Don't worry
But you
about
didn't
it.
do...
That is such a schoolboy play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what can we come up with? Oh, there's something about our dicks.
Yeah.
What did your teachers think of that, though? Did they like it?
They just let it roll because it was like, it was on theme and it was on topic. So.
On theme?
Yeah, she was fucking everyone.
Just let the boys do it. They're being creative.
That's a pretty good Aussie accent. Being creative.
It's just being creative.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I remember it was like, it was on theme, but then I was spewing because I went from year 10 to year 11 and 12. Drama was on the same time as chemistry, and chemistry was a prerequisite for more stuff at uni. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, like, I missed out on upper school drama.
And I was just going to be a sheet metal worker, so I didn't need anything.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the funnest class?
Yeah.
Drama.
Drama was sick at school, man.
Yeah. It was awesome, eh? Yeah. And wait, if you got a class where everyone would do shit.
Yeah, I made a girl cry for my GCSE exam because...
were you the mentor that came in?
She wasn't learning her lines, innit? And obviously it's like, I really wanted... Like, I love drama. I really want to get a good grade in this because I was like failing in every other fucking class.
Yeah.
And she just wasn't pulling her weight, man. Every time we did a rehearsal, like she'd like forget the lines, but she would like be like laughing, like, "Oh, silly me." I'm like, "It's not a fucking joke, Priya." Like,
fucking Priya.
Yeah. And man, it was just like, and then she's like, she started crying. Obviously, I felt bad. I'm like, fuck. This is why I hate group work.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I do like about stand up. It's like it's all on you.
It's on you.
I don't fuck around with anyone else. But and then at the end when we left school, you know, like yearbook, people sign yearbook and shit. She wrote in it, Sarah Callaghan - what a bully.
Oh my God.
And I was like, but like she closed the book and gave it me, innit? And then I only read it like a couple of days later. I was like going through and I'm like, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Because I thought we'd made up, you know what I mean? And I was like,
that's fucked. Oh, she bullied me for not doing my work.
For being a shit cunt actress. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to push you, you know what I mean?
That's the best kind of bully.
Yeah.
Like, do your work, man.
Yeah.
Be the best you can be.
One thing I hated about the drama is a prerequisite to do a big group one that we had to do this play. It was part of your thing, and I had to do a big three. It was they got 3 sections of 3 massive name plays like Chicago, Greece, and can't remember the other one.
Yeah.
It was obviously very important to me. But I hated it because I liked being creative and doing our own stuff and acting and being silly. I didn't like
having to do someone else's show.
and it was not regardless, it was not the style of plays I wanted to do. It's not the creative stuff I wanted to do.
So many like big play. I reckon shit, man.
Yeah.
I went and saw Les Mis in West End.
I hate Les Mis.
Fuck, it was the worst. We left at half time.
Yeah.
I was like, this sucks.
I really hated Hamilton, man. And everyone was like raving about it. It's like, oh yeah, like they do rap. And I'm like, it's the cringest rap I've ever heard in my life. It's way too fast. I can't understand anything that they're saying.
Yeah.
And man, I went to see it in Melbourne and with my geezer at the time, and I was, because I love like musicals and plays and stuff, and he didn't want to go, and I was like, look, well, I'll buy the tickets, and, you know,
because Hamilton's expensive.
Oh
as
mate,
fuck, eh?
I spent like fucking $800 on these tickets. Yeah,
wow.
We get there within the first 10 minutes, we're like that. He looks at me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. This is absolutely shit. And I put it on Instagram. I was just like, Hamilton is the most dog shit musical I've ever seen in my life. And everyone's like, I can't believe it. And I'm like, you're a goon, innit? And you don't understand. Like, you think just because it's got rap music is like a cool music.
Yeah.
No, it's shit.
The best musical I ever seen was Jersey Boys, man.
Jersey Boys is sick.
I fucking love it.
I love Jersey Boys. It's so good.
It's good?
Yeah.
So good, man. Frankie Valli is the man. His
He's
songs are so catchy.
I don't go to enough anymore. I did like in high school because it was part of the stuff that you had to do, but I went to see The Lion King in fucking, do you know what?
Solid.
Do you know what? Actually, fucking, I liked it. I seen it in on Broadway, and then what's the other one? The South Park blokes.
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
That was
sick.
Book of Mormon.
I saw that in New York. That was the only thing
wow.
I saw there.
That's where I seen it.
Unreal. That little dude was so funny, man. The main actor there. He's been on. Do you watch Impractical Jokers? It's one of my favourite shows ever.
I've heard of it. But.
So yeah, he's on there. It's fucking the best. Like
the
best thing you could see because it's written very cleverly because they take what the church teaches people.
Yeah.
And they present it as it's serious, and you get to see how stupid it is.
Yeah.
You know, like I've got these gold tablets. I found them in my backyard. Can we see them? No. You just got to trust me.
Yeah.
So, but Jersey Boys was like surprisingly fucking good. I love that style of music. So when I went and saw it and seeing these dudes like live sing, that's why it annoys me. Have you seen Sons of Fred here yet?
Yes.
Like that when they're like doing the barbershop shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm into this. And then he goes, then we stop because it's shit. I was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, all that sort of on stage stuff, like that's why you're a performer as well. I guess you appreciate, but it's always come down to being creative yourself. I think it's like
definitely.
it's hard reading. Depends, I guess. If it's a play you're part of potentially, and you're given this character, and you can create the feel of this character potentially, but then it would always still come down to the director and who wants you to.
Or in my play, the erector.
Is that a control freak sort of thing though? Maybe
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But it is nice, like when you work on a thing, especially if you've done acting on TV, like, and obviously you've got a script, someone's written it, and you have to do those lines.
Yeah.
But they let you say it in a certain way or add a bit
Tone,
or take
cadence.
a bit. That's fucking sick. Because then I think the actor gives more because they feel like they're actually like contributing a bit, you know. When it's strict, it's just rubbish. Like.
It must be a big, and like I haven't seen enough. You went and did one little video, you did a movie set.
Why is everything I do little, bro?
Little.
You do your little rap thing, you got your little video, you got your little podcast.
Your little penis.
When I say
fuck, I think that's why. I'm exuding that little dick energy.
The little dick. When I say little, like you gave it one crack and then you hated it. In Canada?
Oh yeah, just being an extra
and
over there.
stuff
like
that.
that.
Vancouver.
But I'd like to
So
see
boring.
the battles between like a director wanting it to be done a certain way and then an actor saying, no, this is the way I think this character wants to portray himself and stuff. There must be
very
some
Nicolas Cage vibes.
Yeah, but it's their word goes really, isn't it?
Yeah.
the director or the actor?
Yeah, director. Because
Yeah.
the director could just turn around and say, "Well, fuck off, then I'll get someone else to do it."
Yeah. I'm directing
Like-
the movie because the movie I want it to come across this way. Yeah.
So yeah, you got to like tread carefully with that one, I think.
Yeah, fucking.
I always think about that, like the writing for Friends. That's one of my favorite TV series ever. I think it's hilarious. But like, if you were to read it just as the script,
Yeah.
it's probably not as funny.
Have you watched those ones?
David Schwimmer, like
Have you
the
watched
way he beats Ross? I'm like, how did he create that?
Yeah.
You know, like his Ross, I think is so funny. Like, and then you've got like Monica, who's like, she knows how to be the OCD person. Like the way they've given whatever those lines are a full personality.
That's
I
true.
always think about that. Like in season 1 compared to season 10, they've honed who they are. And what they're like.
Have you seen them do though Friends without laughter track?
I've seen Big Bang Theory without a laughter track.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
Not
It's weird,
funny
eh?
at all. Everything. That would be the same
Hypnosis.
with everything. Like I love Seinfeld. I'm a big Seinfeld man. If I watched that without laughter track, I'd probably go,
Yeah, I think
the
Seinfeld's
fuck
not
is
funny
that?
anyway.
yeah.
But if he wants to come on the podcast, I'd love to have him.
Jerry, please
Yeah.
come along.
The only episode I remember laughing at was the soup Nazi.
Oh,
No
yeah.
soup for you.
That's good.
That was it. But the rest, I'm like, why the fuck does everyone love this show? I don't
know.
get
It's
it.
the characters. It's probably the same as what you've
Probably with Friends. Like, I love
Yeah.
Friends. Some people hate it.
and you've liked. Yeah, I'll go. I'm fine with Friends. I like Friends, but it's not like
I just
I'd
don't
prefer.
have any.
I'd prefer Seinfeld over Friends.
Oh, what are you?
I've,
Neither?
I've never seen Seinfeld, so I don't know. But yeah, Friends, it's like God.
Only for me because Seinfeld is more probably resembles nostalgia when I was a kid, growing up with it. So it's probably more comfort than anything. But there is certain things like there's the golf ball scene when the marine biologist.
Oh, yeah, we know that one.
Yes,
That was good, eh?
Have you
Know that
seen
one?
Classic.
you haven't seen the marine
I
biologist
fucking
episode?
I hate it, bro.
Then
I've watched
that's
like
why
10.
you don't like it because you haven't seen the
I've watched
marine
like
biologist.
9 or 10, and it fucking sucks, bro.
Well,
But no, it's good, man. Sounds hell funny.
But he is like the richest. What is he? He's the highest paid comedian in the world.
it's
Seinfeld.
It's
So he must be doing something, right?
It's
Yeah.
the biggest. It's the biggest sitcom of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is. Have you watched that?
Incredible.
No.
Fucking, that's a belter.
So
Yeah.
It's
him,
way better writing than Seinfeld.
it's him.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Yeah.
What's
Larry
his-
David.
Larry David. So George Costanza is based on Larry David.
Yeah.
And Larry
Oh.
David and Kramer is based on Larry David's neighbor Kramer.
Nice.
Kenny Kramer.
Bloody
right.
hell.
yeah. So
Well, Curb's good as a comedian. I really like it because it ties everything up in a bow. It's always got your problem.
No laughter track as well.
No laughter
so
track.
that's what makes it good as well. Like
and the guy from John Favreau, not John Favreau, fucking I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But it'll come up with the introduction, the problem. This happens, therefore because I don't know. Cool. And then the ending always is the callback.
Yeah, nice.
Before crying to blackout. But it's the big call out. It's the big callback. I call back the callback.
Yeah.
Hey, Inception.
It's a belter. What was your... I think English TV is way better than our TV here. What's your favourite English TV?
I used to I did used to watch Friends. I used to watch Will and Grace. Have you heard of Will and Grace?
Yeah.
So,
Just
I used to watch So that was funny.
Yeah.
But also like British ones, so like The In-Betweeners.
Oh, fuck
that was like huge when it first come out.
Yes,
and that was really funny.
Weird you say that. I had a dream last night that I was I was with Imad.
Imad, yeah.
And we were trying to interview Jay because I sent him as one that we'd like to interview. And we had to finish by doing the In-Betweeners, the dance. The dance in the movie.
Yeah.
I was doing that this morning and I woke up. Yeah.
I'll tell you a cringe story. So Simon Bird, the main guy in that, he owns a production company. Oh. And the year I did that...
Briefcase Wanker or the other guy?
Briefcase Wanker, yeah.
Wanker.
So the year I did that real shit show, my agent sent him to my show with a friend, like I'm assuming his business partner. He came watch the show. It was it was all bad, but this was a particularly bad night. And he sort of like ran away from me after the show finished. I see him in like the foyer. And I was like, Simon, like that. And he sort of just like turned and walked away.
He dances off.
Yeah, just like dances off. I thought, fuck, man. Because
I'm sorry to laugh at your pain there.
Because I wanted to chat to him to show him that I'm not delusional. I know that was bad. Do you know what I mean? Give it a chance. Like, I've had a bad year. I'm going through some stuff. And like, I'd love to work with you. Or even if you don't want to work, like, I'm a massive fan. Like, you know, I just wanted him to know that I'm not deluded. I know that was dog shit. Okay? But he fucked off and never to be seen ever again. So yeah, man, that hurt a lot.
Yeah, fucking oath. And I think that's good though as well, because what I hate is when you see a performer that think they're crushing and they're so shit, and they're so not self-aware. But for you to be able to go, hey man, I'm aware that sucked. Like I know.
And I can work on other stuff, and I wanted to do like acting and that, and I'm like, yeah, man, just don't judge me on that. I've got so much other stuff, but oh well, maybe one day it will come around. Simon, if you watch.
When we get him on as a guest, we'll tee you up.
I remember watching, got an early adopter of In-Betweeners in Australia, probably before, way after UK, but it was early adopter because it wasn't on TV over here, it wasn't even on Foxtel or anything. One of my mates said he just moved over from London, had it all on DVDs, like, you got to try this fucking show, and we all fucking loved it. And then about a couple of years later, it got fucking massive. So I feel like I got onto it nice and early.
You're just trying to sound cool because you knew before everyone else.
I didn't find it. Someone else. I was just lucky enough. But fuck, it was. It was part of my sort of growing up as an
feisty one you are.
Feisty one.
Why are you making
You got Asperger's? You got Asperger's, maybe.
What are some other English shows? Because I love Would I Lie to You with Lee Mack and David Mitchell. Like, that's my top two shows.
Yeah.
And then Mock the Week is brilliant. I like all that sort of shit. You into that? Have you been on any of them?
No. Mock the Week doesn't exist anymore. I think it ended last year or the year before.
Yeah, so I watched it all through YouTube.
Yeah, so I never got an opportunity to go on that. I have auditioned a few times for 8 out of 10 Cats.
Yeah.
And just
doing Countdown or 8 out of 10 Cats?
Doing Countdown.
I love that shit.
So I've not got that yet. So but that's a good show. I like that one. There was another one.
I'm quite good at maths and words, so I froth that.
Oh, mate,
not even for the entertainment. I just do it for the challenges.
Yeah. No, I'm terrible, but they always put you on an audition like with people that are just like such heavy hitters. You can't get a fucking word in, and they're like bam, bam, bam. And you're sitting. I'm like, mate, I'm so out of my depth. Like,
what's an audition process like that look like?
So you go into just a building and they've like rented out the whole top floor, and then they get all the staff in, and so it's heavily scripted. Like everyone knows exactly what they're going to say.
That's nice. Do you mean the audition or the show?
Both. So you know, like exactly the mascot you're going to bring, the jokes about it, blah blah. So I mean, the only thing that's improvised is when someone else is speaking. Obviously, you can like jump in with the episode. And they get all the members of staff in. So there's about 60 people all just sitting on chairs staring at you.
Yeah.
You've got a desk there. Jimmy comes in and you run the show like you're on TV.
Right.
And they got all the cameras filming you and stuff. And then, you just run the show. That's the audition. So you get like genuine laughs and that, which is good.
Yeah.
Because then obviously it gives you a bit of a boost when people are actually laughing at you.
Yeah.
But like comedians that have done it before, or the like big heavy hitters, it's just they know the process. Most of the time you're going in there and you're like nervous and you're trying to think, because you don't want to, because some of the things you can crowbar jokes into, but you don't want to like perform it like I'm saying a set. It's like me doing my set to you, but like as a conversation. It's really hard to get that tone right, and something I'm still working on, because the comedians I've seen that do it on TV, I'm like, I know their set. And when they say it, I'm like, fuck, that's great. And the audience would never know. So it's difficult, man. It's hard.
Do you have to go in with the script for the audition? Like, I've got this joke here. This is my turn to speak. Or do they do the show and then your part is like, I'm going to riff and that's where I impress them?
Well, they'll like direct questions to you, like so you get your time. So everyone gets their time.
And you know what they're going to ask you, but they don't know what you're going to respond with?
Yes, you've even got to tell them what you're going to say. Yeah.
That's fucked, because then they're not going to have an authentic laugh. Or are they just seeing the other 60 people that don't know?
Well, the audience don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
But even on TV, like when I did even the poetry show, like there were certain lines I had to take out of that because they wouldn't let. And you know, like there's a rule when I did Growing Pains, you can't take the piss out of Ant and Dec.
What?
Like it's like a thing. You just can't.
Really?
You know, is that because they're the gods of that channel?
Yeah, well, just the gods of TV in general. You know what I mean? And I was like, what are you on about?
Yeah.
It's fucked.
So anyway, if you've got a short joke, you got to think of somebody different.
Yeah. And like,
is it in the contract?
But you must not. Just like, you just can't. Like they'll say no, we can't do that. You know. So
is that because you were like Ant and Dec are fucking serial rapists?
Yeah.
Like,
Dec touched me.
That's not. He touched me.
But I think Dec the little, he'd have to like reach up to get to me.
Yeah.
He's so fucking small.
Hey, did we not tell you about our clause in this podcast? That? You're not allowed to talk about Ant and Dec. Fuck.
But so it's just real complicated. But I tell you what, a nice story of that. Opposite of that is when I did my first ever bit of TV. It was a show called Virtually Famous with Sean Walsh. Do you know Sean Walsh? He's like a big curly hair guy. He was on Strictly. He had a big thing come out. He was
big thing come out. What's that?
He basically fucked one of the contestants. His partner on Strictly Come Dancing. And it was a big hoo-ha. And
really?
He sort of got cancelled for a bit, but he's back now. But
what, for having sex?
But she
consensual?
She was married, yeah. But they got like papped in the street and yeah.
Well, that's more on her than him.
Oh yeah, she was a whore. But but he was in a relationship as well. Okay. But anyway, he's a friend of mine. I really like him, and I would say he's in the top 5 best comedians in the whole of the country. Like he is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you see a comic, it's just like rolling laughter, like constantly.
Yeah.
He's sick. Anyway, we gigged together a couple of times. We sort of knew each other. We weren't like friends. And I did this audition for this. And he was whispering lines in my ear going, I'm going to give you a setup. This is the setup I'm going to come with. Say this. It'll be funny.
Oh, nice.
And but real subtle. And like he'd do it, and he was like laughing loads at things that I was saying. He was giving me setups, and then I got the job, and I couldn't believe it. And it was apparently he was like pushing for me to go on the show. And
what
then
a legend.
When we did the actual record, I was really nervous. You know what I mean? Because it's like big TV studio, like all the audience, and like they'll like introduce you to the desk, and then. Yeah, it was like, and he was like proper just like...
He's under your desk going, say this.
Yeah. But he was like reassuring me and he's saying, you're going to be fine, you're sick and whatever. So we became friends and I thought, that's so nice to be a comedian that's actually wanting, and I think we should do this more, lift each other up.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas some auditions I've been and they're really trying to punch you down, like, no, cunt, this is mine. And I'm like, well, how are we ever going to get different comedians on this show?
Yeah.
And I find that not nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, it makes me feel like, I don't want to do this.
I see that.
A lot of comedy is like high school girls.
Oh,
like
yeah.
They're fucking bitchy.
And men are the worst, man. Like, they really are, like, in terms of, like, once they get up there, they don't want to let
Well, I've seen, like, for example, like there's plenty of good comedians, and I think Jarks wrote this as well on his story the other day. They're bringing back Spicks and Specs. Now, I love that show.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw his post, yeah.
There's so much more new talent, so many more new ideas that they can just try. They're struggling. Why bring back something that was good and fucking wreck it? Like that's what you're going to do. You're going to wreck it. It's going to fail like everything else. Try something different. There's a whole heap of new comedians who have got fucking good ideas.
But the TV industry is slowly dying. I like British TV is, like I said, that's my favourite. I really like the shows.
But even that, you still only YouTube it, don't you?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Because
I
have to.
But you say you love English. You like? Was it you who said you don't like or you haven't seen the British Office?
I haven't watched the British Office, but I've seen just the highlights and stuff. I just don't have time.
Yeah.
It's way better than the American one. And I'm not saying that.
I don't really like the American one either. So
it's
okay. Like I wouldn't sit there and choose to watch it.
I'm the UK. I always pick the UK version, but I don't mind the US one now. It was years for me to even try to watch it because I was so like, nah, there's no way you're beating Ricky Gervais. No fucking way. This is the greatest. For me, it's the greatest series I've ever seen from start to finish. 12 episodes and a Christmas special. It's fucking incredible. Like,
really?
Flawless.
That's all The Office had?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
12
crazy,
episodes.
Eh?
Two seasons and a Christmas special and a movie. Did a movie.
Wow.
But
The Office has got a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Brent, I think it's called.
Oh yeah.
Brent.
Spun out.
But it's the first time I'd ever watched TV where I was watching and I felt anxious. I was like, stop.
Cringe,
Why are you talking? Why are you saying that? And it made me, and I was like, in my head, I knew this is a character. It's not real. But because it looks like a documentary, you started to feel like, and
that's how I feel with the Practical Jokers.
That one scene where he's like, I think there's been a rape up there. And I just went, what the fuck is happening? I can't watch this. This is the most fucked up shit. But and now he's one of the biggest stars in the world.
I'd love his career.
Because of that, off the base of that. Trying something different.
Well, creating a visceral reaction from any sort of writing and acting is great.
Have you seen People Just Do Nothing?
No. Is that...
with the Garage MCs?
Yeah. I've seen the first 3 episodes.
Sick.
Yeah.
I love that. And that a bit like The Office came from just being rejected consistently and saying, well, fuck you, I'm going to record some bits and put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then people started viewing it and then they eventually got a pilot and, oh my God, they're so good.
The producer guy probably did the best out of that, right? Was he like Turkish or Indian? The guy that was trying to sell his CDs for him, his manager, the actor in that. Has he done the best out of those guys?
They've all done pretty well. Like the guy that played Grinder, like the main guy, he's filmed at least 3 different sitcoms since.
Right.
And Hugh Beats, his right-hand man, He's been in loads. They've all done pretty well, to be honest. Yeah, and the one that played like the proper druggy one, he was the brains behind it. He used to write the scripts.
Wow.
And so I think he does a lot of writing and that, and they've all done very well.
Okay.
But Chabad as well. He's done some stuff.
Chabad,
G.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's so funny. He's so funny. I actually I did Comic Relief. It was filmed at the BBC, and they were all there. This was when I'm still a huge fan now, but this is when it was all exciting and new. And I was like, oh my God. And I started chit-chatting to a few of them and that. Because I was chatting to Chabadi G's girlfriend, like in real life. Yeah. Super nice girl. And she's loving it. Yeah. And anyway, they were like, oh, do you smoke weed? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, we're going to smoke a joint if you want to come. And I'm like, oh my days, I'm smoking a joint. With the People Just Do Nothing boys. So we're in the courtyard of the BBC and we're like passing around this joint and it's so funny, like, because when they do the characters, obviously they're so good and they are sort of based on people that they know and things like that. They can't help but slip into them. So, like, they're like half chatting to me normal and then half going into their characters and I'm losing my fucking mind and I'm high as fuck.
That's so
sick.
good.
No, it was like the best night of my life.
Yeah,
sick.
fuck.
Yeah.
Was the BBC Studios doing Comic Relief? Is that with an audience, like a theatre, or like
so it's all live.
Yeah.
So it's like they'd film a sketch, like French and Saunders were there, and I got to meet them, and they're like my absolute heroes as well. So they'd do a sketch, and then like you had like all that genuine audience downstairs, and then all the comedians. Like I was standing at the top with like Jonathan Ross, Graham Norton, Matt Lucas, and like we were sort of like watching the show, and then the cameras would like pan round. It was like Rag and Bone Man would sing a song, and then they'd go up and it would have an interview with someone up on the thingy.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fucking sick, man.
That's fucking insane.
And it was free booze like all night, and I was so fucked. And then I met this bird called Gina Lyons. Big up Gina Lyons. She was a producer at the time. And
is that because she sold coke, Gina Lyons, or it's just like an actual name?
I wish, no. And we met on like because we were put on a table because we had like a bit of like a dinner before we went in, and she was chit chatting to me and that she was like, I thought she was just chatting shit because I didn't know who she was or she was a producer.
Yeah.
And I was drunk.
Yeah.
And because it was like a free bar only until a certain time, so every time I was going up, I was taking 2 drinks.
Yeah.
And she was like, I like your style, you know what I mean? And I'm like, look, they're closing the bar at like 10.
Yeah, we're gonna double up.
Yeah. So I was fucked.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm going to get you on TV by Christmas. By the end of the year, I'm going to get you back on TV. Because this was just after my real bad plummet, you know?
Yeah.
So hadn't really done much. I went sort of like inward, and I was still gigging, but
Cocooning.
Cocooning, yeah, for sure. So, and anyway, she's like, I'm going to get you on TV. And I'm like, all right. This drunk bin is just fucking chatting shit to me, yeah? I'm like, all right. Yeah. And anyway, like a few weeks later, I got this like email, and they put me on this TV show called The Great Christmas Rant.
Yeah.
And basically it's like all comedians chatting, like talking about how much they hate Christmas.
Nice.
And I was on 3 episodes. And
Because of that?
Because of her, but I didn't even clock she was a person. So when I turned up to film it, she was there, and I'm like, oh my days. And everyone says, oh, you never secure a deal like when you're drunk or when you're doing good, like blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, you do.
You need to be doing the right Gina Lyons.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So when people say that, you can never secure a deal when you're pissed or at a bar, like,
fuck yeah.
You can.
Yeah. It can be done.
You just got to fucking put in a good impression, cunt.
Yeah.
It's because they're like, I fucking done all this shit. They've got to have me on. That's why.
Yeah.
Just treat them like a normal person, and I'll go, oh, this guy's.
Yeah.
They're authentic. They're not trying to suck my ass.
1,000%. You alluded to like having it like a withdrawn moment, and we do talk about like mental health and stuff quite a bit on the pod, and I don't want to dive too much into your own private life, but like obviously if you're going through those sorts of struggles and seem to have gotten through whatever it was, how do you deal with sort of coming back from that sort of stuff, like the mental resilience and the strength or the lessons that you learn through it?
I don't know, man. It was like, I was very, very depressed and suicidal for a long time. I was very ill. I think I just started to change my perspective a little bit. And I was like, I blocked out the noise, which is hard to do. But I think when you put the blinkers on and stop listening to everyone around you, what you should be doing, it's like operate from feeling. How do I feel in this meeting? Like, how do I feel doing this gig? And if I don't feel like I feel comfortable, then I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Because if I don't feel completely comfortable in my skin, then I'm going to be shit on stage. It's just a knock-on effect. So I think it was that. I just did less gigs, and I was saying no a lot more, which made me feel powerful and taking less on. But like really easing myself back into it real slow. And then the pandemic was great for me in a way because it made me like really figure out what I wanted to do. And then that's when because I was doing the poetry and that, I was like, do you know what? When I go to the clubs and that, I'm just going to chuck a poem in. Why not?
Yeah.
Because I want to do it, and that's my time. That's my time on stage. I've got the microphone.
Yeah.
And like, well, fuck it. Who says I can't do it? Exactly. Why not?
Yeah.
So, in my head, I was thinking, if I get blacklisted from clubs or promoters don't want to book me again, fuck it.
Yeah.
So I started doing it, and then it was just like it elevated me completely because it was different. People don't expect it from me when they hear me on stage. They don't expect me to chuck a poem in at the end, and promoters were like, "What the fuck?" It was like a completely reinvention. I was happier because I was doing what I wanted to do and being artistic in the way that. Was completely me, not like someone else. Yeah. And after that, my mental health just went boom because I was making decisions. You know what I mean?
Well, without being cliche, it's like I'm living my best life.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm being me. You're living your life, not what you think is supposed to be a comedian or what people expect you.
And also just like saying no to certain projects and not being pressured into doing stuff and. Yeah, like Edinburgh. Oh, you have to do Edinburgh. But I don't have to do anything in it. Yeah. Like I don't have to do that. So
isn't that interesting?
But I think that came with age as well. You know what I mean? Having the confidence, like
Yeah.
I've been in meetings before. I look back and I cringe because I was such like an idiot.
Yeah.
I was like being sold a dream and shit. And now I just go in there. I'm like, okay, so you're going to give me a deal or not?
They're like, this is McDonald's. Put the order in.
Sorry, call Callaghan cheese. But like, and if they say no, I'm like, cool, it's nice to meet you. Like, I'm always like fucking polite and that. But I'm like, let's cut to the chase. Are you going to fucking give me this deal or not?
Yeah.
If you're not, I'm going home, innit? Like, it's just not.
I think that's just not necessarily just that, but just in life. Like, stop fucking around. Just say it as it is.
Yeah. And
are we doing this? Are we doing that? Just instead of battling mentally back and forth, like, am I going to get this deal?
Do you want it? Like, are you doing it because you think that's what is the next step?
Yeah.
Do you actually want that?
Yeah.
And when you come to your true center, your true self, and I find it so interesting that you said that you're afraid to do it, but when you did it, it's taken it to a new level and it was different.
Yeah, it was
like
crazy.
The thing that you're most afraid of was the thing that's now set you apart. So
my bookings just went through the roof, and also doing other things because I was such a comedy bubble. I like basically grew up in the entertainment industry. I was young. I got in this abusive relationship. It was just like such a big whirlwind. That's why the pandemic.
Why were you beating the guy up?
Because he fucking didn't do as he was told. You know what I mean? But no, fucking like I was just in this bubble for so long, and then like when you came out of it, I'm like, oh yeah, it was actually like super unhealthy. You know what I mean? Being on the road all the time, and also doing other things like going like living my life was good for me. Yeah. So getting involved in music, I'm a drummer as well, and like doing poetry and being around different sick, and being around different creatives and stuff. That was always like a nice perspective and stuff, and that was good to step back. The more I step back from comedy, one, the more I enjoy it, and two, the better I become, which is so weird.
Because it gives you more experiences that you wouldn't have had, and you can talk about those new experiences on stage. I do shit just so I can talk about it.
Yeah.
Push yourself out of your comfort zone. I'm like, oh, cool, I'll do this because it might be funny to talk about. And also, I'm getting to do something new. Yeah. Except for pegging. I will always keep that there. Yeah.
But writing shit down, poetry, as cringe as this sounds, poetry definitely saved me for sure.
Yeah, wow.
It was such a good release.
Yeah.
And just the people in that community just really were good for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't be around comedians, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I saw quite a lot of real dark sides of the industry, and that fucked me up a lot from a young age, you know.
Yeah.
And it got, when I was really suicidal and that, it was bad. But I was like, I don't want this to beat me. Yeah. Like, I have to come out on top, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, you know, like, it's easy to say, like, you don't want it to beat you. Want to come out on top. I switch my perspective. For people listening that are going through something similar, how do you switch your perspective? Like, what's not the answer, but like for me to go, switch my perspective. Like one day do you just go, I'm going to look at it from a different thing? Or did you maybe see an Instagram clip, or did you have a chat with somebody, or did something you read go, oh, that makes sense? So like, is my question making sense? Like,
yeah.
What was it? Because it's like, I was sad. Now I'm happy.
Yeah.
So you should do the same.
Yeah, I think again, it was just listening to my body more, because I was going to a lot of like meditation classes and sound healing classes and that. And like I said, when I was in a situation, because I was doing it more for people, because I was trying to get over this toxic guy, and like, I didn't want to make these mistakes again.
Yep.
So I kind of put that to my career as well. If I'm having a meeting and I feel uncomfortable, just listening to my body more, my intuition, my gut, and operating from here, not from here. Like, what's going to bring me, like, because most of the time it's just like, is this job going to make me look good? Is it because someone wants me to do it? Is it good money? I've turned down jobs, big money, and because I didn't feel right, and I don't want to do it. And I think that was the change of perspective. And when I realised, when I said no, how good it felt, like that was the right decision. I thought, okay, cool. And the more I did that, that's when it became good, you know, and only accepting gigs that I wanted to do, and not
walking away and saying no. It is. You said before, empowering. It fucking is.
Because you're told to like say no, like you're a failure and this, and or like they always tell you, like especially when I first started doing stand up, they're like, "I'll be a yes man, accept everything." You're just gonna get burnt out. And that's what happened to me. I was spent emotionally, physically. I just couldn't do it anymore. And then I had that bad Edinburgh, and I'm like, what? This is fuck. This should be fun. Like, comedy should be fun. You know, laughing, making people laugh. And I'm like, I'm so unhappy. And I just thought it's just not worth it. So that's how I changed my perspective. I turned it inward. And I'm like, I don't care about the audience. I don't care about my agent. I don't care about money or any of my goals. I care about how I feel.
Nice.
Because if I'm feeling so bad, I want to kill myself. Yeah, there's a bit
Something's
of a problem.
up.
Yeah, you know. So
Yeah.
I just tried to really focus on that.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's hard. It's not an easy
Doing
thing,
it for others is, you're never gonna be as happy as you can. I think when you're, especially coming from an Italian background, even something as simple as a marriage. When people get married, and I'm a marriage celebrant as well, so it's like when they get married, their mum will tell them, you have to have flowers. You have to do this. It's like, you don't have to fucking do anything, cunt. It's your wedding. Yeah. You do what you want.
Yeah.
And now that's flipped into my comedy where like, I was like, oh, I'm not going to freestyle because I don't think that's like other comics fucking shit on me. Now I'm like, fuck it, man. That's my thing that has made me different. And that's the thing that elevated me to the next thing, like your poems.
And it brings you joy and that's something you want to do.
It feels good and it's fucking fun. So I'm like, why am I stopping myself? And every person that's seen a set, as much as it used to hurt, I was like, what was your favourite? They're like, oh, the freestyle. And I'm like, fuck, that's the easiest thing for me to do.
Yeah.
I haven't put any time into that, but that's the thing I love most. I was like, no, I'll show you, I'll be better and funnier. Now I'm like, fuck it, man. People enjoy it. I like doing it.
Yeah.
I won't look at it like as something for them. I'll do it for me now and happy days. So, similar pathway.
I think like having now realised the struggles that the struggles I was going through last year and the year before, I didn't realise I was struggling at the time. Like I used to say on the podcast, no, I'm fucking feeling really good. And it was only a few months ago where I realised, fuck, I wasn't going as well as I thought. Like there were certain songs I couldn't listen to, shit like that. Like that's
drum and bass, I think.
Yeah. But that's obviously a sign.
Yeah.
But you just triggered like what was the trigger point?
Yeah.
And it was listening to myself.
Yeah.
I was listening to my intuition going, I knew every single time, like I'd sit there and go, fuck, don't sit here on a Tuesday night smoking weed to go to sleep. I'd tell myself, why the fuck are you doing it? You know it's not helping. And then I wouldn't listen to myself.
Yeah.
And then I knew a way out of it was just looking after myself and prioritising myself and not worrying about anyone else's external validation. Even though I do love external validation, everyone loves it.
Yeah.
You don't need it. And by realising that internally, you can't force someone to have that realisation. They have to get to that point.
I
and
think
that's the hardest point is when people are struggling. You're like, all you want to do is point it out to them, but it's not going to.
Just see the light.
Yeah.
They have to get there themselves and realise there is a way out, and it's through prioritising yourself.
So if you're listening, guys, don't listen to us. Listen to yourself.
It is as simple as listening to your
gut.
Yeah.
You know inside, deep down the way out of your pains. You know what's causing you dramas.
Unless that you're thinking the way out is the worst way out.
Yes.
That's not
But
your
it's
right
hard
gut.
to let go. I think that was the thing with me, like changing direction. I thought people, like as soon as I started doing poetry, people can take the piss. And they did at the beginning.
Yeah.
But then they saw me live and they're like, fuck, this is really good. You're really good at this. And,
Yeah, you are.
So it was like people started to change. But yeah, I got backlash when I first started doing it. And but it's you just got to fuck those people off. Man.
Yeah, 100%.
Do some mushrooms and let it go.
Mushrooms. Yeah, the mushrooms. Yeah. Speaking of mental health, actually, I went to the Stitch in Time.
Yeah.
Gala Ball on Saturday. Delby, you were invited, but you couldn't. You had something
I
on.
was doing
But
Dave's wedding down south.
we'll prioritise. Hopefully, we can both get there next year. It was fucking incredible, man. Like they raised $108,000 for mental health.
Wow.
And for their organisation to be able to help with mental health and do these sorts of things that they're trying to do. And man, I'm so inspired at the moment to actually get more involved. We used to talk about mental health quite a lot on this podcast. It's like every week it would come up.
It drained us. It was bad for our mental health. So we took a break from it.
Probably it was a little bit. But it's something I certainly want to put a lot more effort into. And I'll talk to Greg and Blair and Josh and Michelle, the team at Stitch in Time, and I want to try and do a feature episode once a month or something like that, where we specifically get a guest that they get on and.
So shout out.
But mate, fucking incredible show! Like the people who were helping out there, Benny Cousins and Scotty Cummins were so funny on the mic.
Would you know who they are?
No.
For AFL.
Okay.
But yeah, it was.
So it was like an interview or what
They did panel stuff, yeah. So
Okay,
they got
cool.
these celebrities. It was about 13, 14 of them. Luke Toki was one of them.
These are all people that you probably have no idea.
No. They're local sort of celebrities, I guess, personalities.
Yeah.
And,
Andrew Wolf.
And they would put them up, dress them up in a
They were raising money for Andrew Wolf.
Fucking hell.
dress them up in waiters' outfits, and they would serve us food all night.
Yeah, it's sick.
And then they get up and have a little bit of chat, and you could chat to them as they come and serve
That's
you
a good
food.
idea.
And man, it was fucking awesome. This 20-year-old kid, Josh, who's now he's a volunteer at a Stitch in Time, and he's there like 3 days a week. and he was very vulnerable about some issues he'd suffered recently. And to hear him speak, the way he spoke and how well put together he is and the way his brain works, it goes, fuck, if someone that
articulate
and he just seems to know what's going on, can go through those sorts of struggles and get to that point in your life, you're like, fuck, it can get to anyone. And to hear him speak about that topic so well and so openly and vulnerably was fucking like, hair raising. There was not a dry eye in the room. And for people like that and the impact they're trying to make, I'm so keen on helping in any way we can, putting on fucking comedy shows, anything like that. But yeah, fuck, big shout out to us, Greg Hire, Blair.
Have a listen to his.
You guys put it together a fucking awesome show.
Before I think we're slowly wrapping up. What have you seen Wolfie perform here?
I've gigged with him a lot.
Speaking of mental health.
We did the Comedy Store together, and then I've gigged with him loads here as well.
Awesome. So the first time you saw him was over in Sydney? No, Store, Melbourne? Sydney?
No, it must have been maybe January this year for the festival.
Fringe?
Yeah, Fringe. And I fucking love him, man.
He's the best, eh?
He's so funny. I love his energy. He's just crazy.
So good. So smart.
So my current partner, he came to a gig, right? And Wolfie was on. Afterwards, we had some drinks and whatever. And obviously, Wolfie's Wolfie. Yeah. And when we got home that evening, he looked a bit shell-shocked. Because he's a muggle, by the way. He's a muggle, by the way.
He's a muggle.
So like, he's not really been to much comedy and whatever.
Yeah.
So when we got home and he turned to me, he said, are all comedians like that? And I said, nah, man. I was like, I threw you in the deep end there. And like, he looked visibly shocked. Like, he just got back from Nam. It was fucked, innit? And I said to, because my geezer, he's quite a big guy. And
he's solid.
And you met him.
Met him at the factory.
I said it to Wolfie. I said, man, you've got to tone it down, like around certain people. Like, seriously, you're too much. And he went, oh fuck, the gladiator hates me. He killed me, man.
Fucking hell, man.
But I love him. He's the best. Like, I've listened to his set like so many times.
Isn't that still funny?
Isn't that funny? Yeah. You can listen to it over and over again.
You're pulling back. I feel you pulling back. Like,
you hate this.
I
don't know. When he was like, I'm not well. Can you tell? Like,
I'm not right in the head.
Oh no, he's the best, man.
Let's just say, I know you're okay, though. Get a few calls, guys.
He's the man.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
So we're going to see you around a little bit more in the scene.
Definitely, yeah. I'm gigging
until you leave us.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gigging all the time. I'm doing a big. I'm doing like music gigs as well. I'm doing quite a big one on Sunday, the 26th, with a full band, which would be pretty cool.
What's that called and where is it?
Sunday Music at the Fremantle Arts Centre.
Sick.
And so I'm doing bits and bobs. I'm trying to get involved in more stuff, gigging around, and then I've got a show next year for Fringe World. Yeah.
What's it called?
Angry Birds.
Nice. I like that.
I'm just doing a two-hander with a Melbourne comic, Jess Pearman. So that should be fun. And just releasing music and shit. So I'll be about.
Sick. Yeah, I like that. Delby, what have we got going on? A few things, hey?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll just plug Christmas parties / Hard Yarns Awards.
Yes.
Yeah, we've just thought about this yesterday.
Yeah, actually, and we can ask you about this. What are your thoughts? So, like, we're thinking of doing awards.
Yeah.
Like for the best comedian or maybe like...
but it's not going to be, I don't know. Yeah. It's like, you don't need an award for comedy. Like, it's not a thing. It's all subjective. Like, some categories are thinking like best guest for the year or like crowd favourite guest here. Mm-hmm. Like... funniest segment or something, or like funniest.
Do categories like that. I reckon that'd be good. Yeah,
like funniest like for the podcast and stick to that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and they have to have been on the podcast this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then what are some others? That's what we're going to trust a bit more here.
Some awards.
Most improved.
Most improved. Yeah. Most
raspberry or dumbest thing said on the pod.
Yeah, or most shocking. Or,
most shocking.
The most shocking thing ever said on the pod is Delby didn't know what the song Comfortably Numb is. Fucking... No. Oh, Pink Floyd, you fuckers.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's shocking. We listen to
oh my God.
Drum and bass.
Yeah,
we're
that's...
cool.
Oh, there you go.
We're cool, yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's a good thing. Like, the dumbest thing or the most shocking thing said on the pod.
Or the most helpful thing or most educational.
Funniest moment. Maybe we can clip it up and then play
so
it on
listeners, hit us up on Insta, Patreons. Your vote gets double normal.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Sick, because like we do have the Dousies, but they've fallen away.
Wasn't many people there last year.
Yeah, so it's like it was the comedy scene each year. There'd be like crowd favourite, so like Comics Choice, Most Improved, and then Golden Dousty, which is like Comedian of the Year, I think. But it's all sort of dissipated now. It was really fun. The awards were hell funny. Each year someone different would host, and you'd have like, there's the Golden Coat Hanger, which is the biggest comedy abortion. So like the worst joke or the worst, the worst performance. It was pretty good.
That's crazy.
And people would do like, fake categories throughout the night. So it'd be like best English comedian, it'd be like you, Cole Legacy, and then the winner would be like an Afghani. Just someone that's like, doesn't. So.
But so we're going to do all that at the Christmas party.
Yeah,
which is
15th
of December
Friday,
at Aberdeen.
At the Dean. It's supposed to have 100 tickets, so get in quick. The link is up.
Yep.
I'm going to go actually check the venue out after this. We'll go have a feed.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And pretty keen on having a bit of fun there. We're going to do some video sketches, a bit of stand-up comedy.
We say that. I don't know how much time we've got.
We've got enough.
But I've got no gigs.
They might not be good quality.
I've booked this weekend off.
You have?
Yeah.
You're not doing anything this weekend?
Nothing.
Never am I.
For the first time.
I'll bet you're going to that party. But
I'm literally going to be with Mac Shane and all the drum and bass crew.
Yeah, sick. Yeah. Okay.
So.
But yeah, we'll that's going to be a fun night, I reckon.
Yeah.
You might even see Branchy get loose.
Okay.
Actually,
talking about his bum hole.
To be fair, I got pretty loose on Saturday night and I had to parent on Sunday, and that was not great.
How good's being a parent?
Literally, I'm not joking. I walked in the door and Scotty walked out of her bedroom.
Oh shit.
That's a big one for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm having a shower.
Yeah. Scotty's his daughter, not his partner.
Yeah. So, but yeah, what have I got nothing to plug, I don't think. Oh, I'm doing the comedy at the Craft, Mush's room.
Cool.
Tomorrow night.
So, have you met Mush?
Yes. Yeah. He's great.
He's improved out of sight this year.
He's wicked, man.
So much. So
funny. But yeah, sick. Apologies to the viewers. A bit glitchy.
It's still watchable.
It's still watchable. I'll fix that for next week.
Yeah.
We'll sort that out. It's troubleshooting. But we've got a new system. We've got a new laptop. Everything's going to be quicker, faster, better.
It's the top of the range laptop, MacBook Air. That's replaced our fucking 10-year-old computer.
Yeah.
And there's glitches.
No, I just didn't set up the settings correctly. I don't think so.
Glitches get stitches.
I need to go through the settings and stuff a little bit. And if you hear a constant little muffle, that's like this.
That's just
Delby every 2 seconds playing with his mic. But sick. All right. Cheers.
Cheer.
Over.